I'm Chase. I buy storage units at auctions with my two companions, and I show you what reality TV doesn't. Welcome to Chase Thrifts. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Chase Thrifts. Today we're out getting another unit in Greenwood, Indiana. So we had a call on Monday about somebody wanting to clean out their unit. It's actually a 95-year-old hoarder unit. I think their family that they're cleaning it out. He's in a home or something like that. I don't really know the details, but all I know is that they had 4 units and they've condensed it down to 1, and now they just want to get the rest of that 1 cleaned out. So they called me. I'm charging them $150 or $200. I haven't really decided yet, depending on what I see in the unit when I get there. I do this. I've done it 2 or 3 times now. Where I get a call and I'll empty out a unit and I'll charge them money for doing it. I usually base my charges off of what's inside the unit, if I can sell stuff in there. Being a hoarder unit could be 2 things. Could be a lot of trash, or it could be good hoarder-ish items. Who knows? In my truck and trailer, the big dually and the 18-foot trailer. We're going down there. It takes about an hour to get to Greenwood, and I'm gonna empty this SOB out and see if we can get some cool stuff to sell. So if you're also new to my channel and don't know what exactly I do, is I buy storage units and sell the items out of the storage units online. And this is my warehouse. So I have a 5,000 square feet warehouse, which I sell everything out of and keep and conduct business out of. So, little backstory for you. So we got the truck and trailer all ready to go. Everything checks out, pre-trip inspection, and we are getting ready to head out of here. Look at this. This thing is almost 40 feet long. Oh my gosh.
You're clear, huh?
Yes, yes. Pull on back there? Okay. This place is super freaking small for my giant truck and trailer. I think I found the place all right. Yep. I haven't been to Greenwood in a while.
You're Clem, huh?
Yes.
I'm Johnny. Susan's in there, and her sister.
All right.
So that lay down, we have enough room there, or do I need to put
might be able to, yeah. You guys just tell me what you want me to do, and
well, we'll show you in here what we got.
Okay. Hello.
Hi there.
Hi. I can put my mask on too if you guys feel more comfortable.
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
I'll put my mask on just to make sure.
It's probably
Just in case.
I've just gotten used to wearing my mask everywhere. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, it's right in here with my phone, and you know I will know where my phone is.
This is what we got.
Okay.
We're going down to a 5-foot square over there, so the rest of it's going.
This is what we're going to, is over here. We did
Oh, okay.
have 3 of them. And if you want a drum set, they're on sale for $600. It's
Okay.
vintage.
Did you get a hold of Ron, my neighbor down there?
Yeah, actually, Monty, is that it? Came down yesterday.
Yeah, I've sold stuff to Monty before. I couldn't remember his name, but
Yep.
I knew Ron knew him.
Was it Monty that came, or yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he gave us really great information.
Mhm.
It was he was very knowledgeable, and he was willing to share.
And mark the price down.
Yeah.
But he'd give us a price if we ever want to get rid of it. And
Yeah.
he'll honor. But it was pretty low, so.
Yeah.
we can
Okay,
hold it
this
for
a lot of it's books.
everything in here. Yeah, a lot of it.
Okay.
That's an empty cabinet, empty metal cabinet
this
over
is
there.
empty, and the shelves are down in the
Okay.
bottom of it. And
They're
that was-
inside.
that
And the
was-
lights over there belong to Johnny.
Yeah.
Okay.
That cabinet is full of all these. That's aviation things, but we couldn't find
Okay.
nobody that wanted them because they wasn't military. So
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not military.
so you can.
Yeah, this is what I usually just
You
I'll
got your own dumpster that you said.
Yep.
So you
I'm
can-
glad to see there's no mattresses.
No. Well, we got rid of them out.
Yeah, when we got rid of the apartment for him.
Okay.
They let us throw them in the dumpsters over there, so we did that.
Yeah. Usually they won't let me throw my dumpsters.
I said, what can you put in the dumpster? And she said, anything you can get in there. I said, thank you.
The bicycle's great. It's really in good condition. It just needs to be cleaned up.
Yeah, it's an old.
You could probably get $3 for a Christmas tree.
Yeah, I've been giving those away this month because I had so many from the year.
Yeah.
So anyway, you know,
so you probably get a lot of them out of storage. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing is, as you're taking stuff out, if I find something that he has personally written, handwritten,
of course, yes,
then that I would like. But other than that, you can have any.
But most of it should be. We've been through this stuff about 4 times. So.
Yeah. So.
Of course,
been moving it and everything.
So there, have at it.
Okay. Yeah, I can get my
two-wheeler or something.
Yep, I got my hand cart, and I usually buy about 10 units at a time, so I'm pretty quick.
Is an old wooden cabinet, and then the drawers and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, those are just empty boxes.
That's the drawers for it and stuff down there.
Okay.
These are empty boxes if you need an empty box.
Okay. Yeah, I have a 5,000 square foot warehouse. I'll just throw it all in there, and then.
I'm sure you want 365 love poems.
Of course.
Somebody might.
We'll get the trailer loaded. Now we're heading back home. Another hour back home. I gotta say, some good stuff in here.
Dust and smoke.
The Ashford Oak.
It's weather forecasting the country way.
It's a cool book.
It really is. If the cock goes crowing to bed, he'll certainly rise with a watery head.
We are back in the warehouse. My wife met me here.
If the oak is out before the ash, then you'll only get a splash. But if the ash beats the oak, then you expect a soak.
She's reading a weather forecasting book that we just found. Here we go. Here is the storage unit what we just got. And it kind of filled my trailer up. I was pretty surprised, but I didn't stack stuff high. It's a lot of books. This guy had a lot of books.
When a cow tries to scratch its ear, it means a shower is very near. When it clumps its side with its tail, look out for thunder, lightning, and hail.
Oh God. Alright, so we're gonna unload it real quick.
Rain for rain.
And she's gonna read some more books. Alright, Nicole, so this bike right here, this old man used this bike to go across to Europe and the United States. It's a Peugeot. Oh my God, that mirror. If you want to.
It's labeled bike.
Bike, eh? Let's see that again.
Bike.
Bike? What'd you find?
Monies.
You found money?
That's US money. Bike lock.
It's an old school bike lock. That's so... That's old school.
Shower cap. And a flask.
2 spoons.
Wheel review.
This must be the toolkit.
Look at, ooh, electrical tape.
Yeah, I think it's the one that goes with the bike though. This might, well, that's for tire changing. Those are really cool.
Cool.
We're back to the books? Okay. All right, so here we are. We're back in the warehouse today. I got everything unloaded yesterday, and this place is packed. It's packed now, isn't it? Yeah. This storage unit is incredible. It's so unique. It's not like any other storage unit I've ever gotten. And I just want to show you guys some stuff. There's so much stuff to show you guys as far as the unique items and weird things we got in the storage unit. And there's a lot of stuff I have not went through yet. It's just, I mean, just check this out. We're gonna go over the table right here. So you can kind of see, these are all boxes right here I had not went through yet, but they are mainly books. All these are books throughout here. Okay, so we're over here at the table. And before I show you guys a bunch of stuff, I wanna go over the little backstory of this guy. So the family called me about a week ago and they are wanting me to, shut your mouth. So the family called me about a week ago and they're wanting to clear out this storage unit, and they got the number from somebody, and the guy that owned everything in here, he's 95 years old. He was also a hoarder most of his life. And then another aspect of it is he was in the Air Force around 1945 or so. So he was drafted, or he joined the Air Force right at the end of the World War II. So he was in World War II, but never really saw combat from what I was told. He went on to teach piloting. Everything you can think about piloting, this guy has on a book. So for reference here, we have the Private and Commercial Pilot Rotorcraft Helicopter Written Test Guide. He was an instructor for pilot classes. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. There's flight engineers courses, flight instructor airplanes. This guy loved flying, and he loved collecting, and he loved to hoard it. So let me show you guys some really cool pieces here before we start getting into the books, because there's a lot of books. I think there's probably close to 1,000 books from this storage unit, and yeah, it's a bit overwhelming at first, but we have the space and the time. So let's go over here, and I'll show you some of these really cool boards I found. All right, so over here we have these really cool rolling boards. So you see how they roll across the floor, and I'm pretty sure these are some teaching guides inside of a classroom to show altitude. And I am very dumb when it comes to anything aeronautical, so I'm gonna get a lot of this wrong, but pretty sure this is in a classroom setting. You can change your navigation. This is all, you know, analog stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's one of those things where he can make a situation for you and tell you how to, you know, get out of the situation. There's altitude, there's climb right there, there's miles per hour, all sorts of really cool stuff that you can change. See, like yeah, that's pretty neat. Then we go over the third board over here, and it's a giant Jepson computer. I don't know what this does, and I should have looked it up before I started talking about it, but it looks very cool. If anybody knows what Jepson computer does, leave it down in the comments. We might go through it here in a little bit after I keep looking stuff up, but that's a really cool board right here. And we also have it on this stick. This also turns as a Jepson computer, I'm pretty sure. This is the E6B5 computer though. Yeah, this is really neat. That's really cool from his, I'm guessing his teaching days, and he kept those teaching guides after he left. And then we go over here to our next thing. All right, so right here is a cabinet I took off the truck, and we open this cabinet up, and this cabinet is chock full of records and film tape. So these are, it's called the Pilot's Aviation Library, Pilot Education Center. So there's records in here. I have one pulled out, and we'll show you here. Okay, so right over here we have some laid out. This is the Pilot's Aviation Library Public Center for pilots, and we pull this little thing out of the case, and you see here, this is a record right there, oxygen, altitude, and the body. So we have a record here, and each record in these containers usually have a corresponding film tape with it. So there is oxygen, altitude, in the body. You take it out, here's 35 millimeter film right there. Okay, so with these right here, these actually go to a certain device for a kind of a training module, and I pulled this device out of the storage unit and into my warehouse, and had no idea what it was. So I looked it up yesterday, and let's go over here and look at it, and I'll show you a little bit about it. I have not hooked it up and tried to play it yet, but it has to do something with these records and these film rolls. Okay, so this nifty machine right here is called a Ducane Model 13, no wait, it's model 14A285. So what this does, and we'll get a nice clear shot on this. So what this does is you put the film strip inside of this machine and it'll show up right here on the screen. And at the same time, you put a record in the back, like we saw on those packets, and the record will play as you slide through each different picture from the 35mm strip. So we have not actually tried to boot this thing up yet and play it, but me and Thien right here, you ready to try it out? I'm ready to try it out. Are you cold? Get back in the heat, okay? Okay, so we have these two items over here. This is the projector screen, and I actually found this as well, which looks like it is a speaker for the machine. So we're gonna try to plug this thing in, see if it actually works. I have not done that yet. And I figured I'd wait till you guys are on camera, we can do it together. So I have my plug-in down here, and that's really corroded. That's scary. Screw it, we're doing it anyway. All right, see if there's a power button or something somewhere. I have no idea what I'm doing right now, but we're learning together, huh? And there is, I think, where this speaker plugs into. So yeah, I have no idea how you load the film in. Is it right here? I'm guessing that's where you load the film in. It goes down through there, or right here. Okay, we have the Sanderson Private Pilot Course Radio Navigation. We're gonna try this first. There we go, I got it fired up. Okay, that's fired up. Now let's try to put this in here. This thing smells hot. Wow, it smells hot.
To realize the full benefit of an aircraft, the pilot must be able to take off from one airport, maintain a predetermined true course over unfamiliar territory, and land at another airport that previously had been chosen by the pilot as his destination. To safely accomplish such a flight, the pilot should be familiar with his charts, perform careful pre-trip planning, and know how to navigate. Just as a motorist uses road maps when making a long trip, the pilot of an aircraft makes use of aeronautical charts to find his way. 8 sectional charts cover the entire United States. The pilot may select the proper chart for his flight by referring to the sectional
that is pretty cool.
diagram
Let me turn this down a little
shown
bit.
here on the back of the chart.
Very cool. That is a neat machine right there. And we have about a bazillion records and film strips to go with it. So I could open up my own flight school, even though I don't know how to fly. So now we're done playing with that. There's a few other machines I want to show you, but I mean, just come on. We have this whole library right here. That is nuts. That is nuts. All right, next thing I'm going to show you, which is also freaking nuts itself. We have, from what I've been told, this is I don't even know how to say it. It's a bike, Pogo? Is that what people have been saying, Pogo? Don't really know what the model is, but it could be like it could be like a $500 bike. They're kind of sought after. This thing is really beat up. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do with it yet. I've seen people selling just the frames on here. But the backstory is pretty cool. The guy, the 95-year-old man, actually toured all throughout Europe and all throughout the United States on that thing. Just went everywhere on that bike. It's kind of a sad thing that I have it now. And then when you open up this little locker he has here, look at that. There's a picture of him on that same bike right there. We have a couple other machines here. I mean, we just have like an old Royal Typewriter. which I already kind of messed up. I was playing with it the other day, but it works and it's really old and dusty and dirty. Don't know what the value of that is at all. Then we have this thing called a speedo print, electric plastic punch, and then a speedo print plastic binder. I don't know if it's for making books or what. Haven't plugged it in to try it out yet or anything like that, but it looks really ancient and old as well. And then we have books. It's gonna take me a while to get through these books. All throughout here, there's so many books. Turn around back here, there's more books. Look at these books hiding back here. These books. And then there's more records here. These are unopened copies, actually. These are records. And this one's a Los Angeles and New York VFR, Jepson & Co. It actually has radio and navigation charts sealed in on the back of this record. That is nuts. I think there's one in the back. Yeah, this one on course on the glide path. Whew. These are really cool. Here's one right here. It says Morse code for pilots. There's a Morse code book back there. That's actually specifically for this little record. Isn't that nuts? That's just crazy to me that those are still sealed. And this guy has a lot of like new things that are still sealed and never even opened book wise. So I'm just looking right here down below me. There's a sealed book right there. So here's a sealed book. Aviation book. That's sealed brand new. Never even opened it up. There's another one, same copy. Sealed brand new. Never even opened it up. What is this for? Oh, you know what I just found right there? This is, I was wondering, you know, I didn't see it. He had everything pretty much together. But this goes in the back of this machine right here we just played around with. And these wires look so freaking sketchy to even plug it in. But it plugs in right there to a push button. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a push button slot. It looks like you can do those slides manually right there without actually turning that knob I was turning the whole time. Wow, that's cool. That's cool how we just found that on camera. Okay, so we're out in the warehouse today and I got my heater going. It's pretty cold out here and I'm actually running out of propane as we speak. Kind of sucks. But what I'm going to be doing today, if you can hear me over that loud ass heater, is look at that. You can see my breath. Wintertime is not a time to be in the warehouse. Anyways, we're going to be going through all these books, all these and all these. I'm going to be separating them out into books I'm going to sell in bulk to a buyer, and then books that I'm going to be selling myself on eBay, and then just cool books to show you guys. So I got someone to come out here to help me today do that, and we're gonna get to it. So got some containers lined up here already for stuff for me to sell, and then I'll start boxing up stuff for the other guy who buys books in bulk for him to buy. So it should be exciting. Those are Vietnam pictures.
South Korea.
Korean pictures. Is even film strips in here, like the original copies?
Those are from a U.S. Oak show.
Oh.
But yeah, there's the trenches.
Wow. Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Here's a...
What? There's a POW. You have pictures of POW camp? Oh jeez.
Yeah.
You just have bodies lined up.
Yeah.
It's
That should sound familiar.
38th parallel. Sheet. Yep. North and south.
Yeah, there's some really good. Here's yeah, there you go. Today's.
Oh, that's a really neat action picture right there.
It's here. Tomorrow.
101st Airborne Division?
Yeah. Tomorrow is Mother's Day. I'll bet that you thought that I had forgotten all about it. I did think that it was back about 3.5 weeks ago. I would have come home this week, and if it weren't for my having duty this week and taking shuts duty tomorrow, This isn't the letter. There's another letter in here that's...
It's May 1951.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow we'll move off the front lines to go back and reverse. Never told the folks I was up this time as I didn't want them to worry.
Huh. Wow.
This is the Forgotten War.
Yeah, the Korean. Just to clarify, this is not from this storage unit. She found these in an estate sale, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they let her buy these at an estate sale. I guess they're, I don't know. That's crazy.
This is the flag that his mom or his wife would have hung in the window.
This is that flag they would have hung in the window?
To show that they had someone fighting in the war.
Wow.
So.
That's crazy. Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. You'll be on camera. Hi.
Hello.
All right, so you can see we got through the books here. We got some close-up pictures of these for you guys, some video. But this guy had a lot of books, and since he was a hoarder, he had a lot of the same books. So a lot of the same copies of books. So here's a little example. There's 3 of them right here. This is called Flying in the Mountains. There's 1 copy. There's 2 copies. There's 3 copies, okay? Now, most of these books from here on over are books that I want to sell in bulk. They're just regular, not regular books, but they're books that you could buy from the store. How's that sound? Books that you can find online. The ones I want to sell are the ones you can't find online, the ones that are valuable, rare, and you just can't go to a store shelf and buy them. So over here I have 2 totes and some more stuff over here on this side of the table. The books that I want to sell online that are going to be worth a pretty penny or 2. That will probably take a while to sell, but they're, you know, they're really unique books that I like. They're a lot of training manuals and stuff like that. So let's get into that and show you guys some of the really cool, rare stuff I found that you just can't find anything. You can't find anywhere else. Okay, so I want to start right over here and show you guys. These are some really rare books that you can't find anywhere else. This is the U.S. Air Force Air Navigation Guide. It is dated 1951, and you can kind of see on here it says restricted and restricted on there, and it says the Department of the Air Force. So this is the Air Force's navigation guide, navigation charts. It says official use by the personnel of the armed forces only. That's a really cool book, a really rare book you can't really find anywhere else. And moving on to the next one, we have Air Navigation Volume 2. This is a 1960s book, and this is a 1951 book for U.S. Air Force. So this is Volume 1 and Volume 2 right there. So this is a little packed together. Probably about, alone, they're probably 50 bucks. So I'll probably sell them for $100 for both copies on eBay. Even though deep down inside, I really want to keep them. They're so cool. Okay, now these ones are really, really cool. And I so want to keep these in my own personal collection, but they're so expensive and rare that I can't. I just have to sell them. This is the pilot training manual for a P-51 Mustang, dated 1945. Look at that. Let's see what the year is on here. Okay, yeah, it's 1945 restricted U.S. Air Force manual for the P-51 Mustang for 1945. Incredible find right here. These, I don't even see a copy of this online other than a reprint, a repro, and they go for 20 bucks. But these ones are probably worth over $100 right here. This training manual. Now we move on to the next iconic airplane of World War II, the B-25 Flying Fortress pilot training manual right here. And there is one other one online, but I have a year, I think this is a 1945 edition. Yeah, 1945 edition. And there's one on there with a 1944 edition. So I have the only one on eBay for this, and the other one's going for $145. And it's really tattered up, and mine's not that bad a condition as far as that goes. So these 2 right here, $100 a piece basically, so it's $200 right there, and just 2 pilot training manuals. Next up we have the pilot's information file. Really neat, dated 1945 information file. This is not really sure what this is, but it's part of the War Department, that's for sure. It's also another restricted file book that, you know, it's been declassified since then, but it goes over taxiing and tower light gun signals, flight limitations, rules for flying in weather. This is like a standard issue book for airmen in the Air Force. All right, here's another one. It's kind of blank on here, but this is an airplane flight manual DC-3 for 1950. See the 1950 right there? It's an airplane flight manual. I don't know what DC-3 is, but it shows in, you know, weight limitations, etc. This I don't think I found online to actually price comp it to see what it goes for, but I'm guessing another $50 right here in this one. And he also has a little DC-3 checklist that goes along with that. I'm guessing for when you go flying, this would be right here in your cockpit to look at. Cool as hell. So those books right there are probably the most expensive ones in the unit. There's a lot more here I'm gonna show you. I don't want to bore you too much with books, but there's a lot more. This is non-airline related right here. This is a Donald Duck book, dated 1936. Walt Disney. Donald Duck. Look how cool that looks right there. I don't even remember seeing Donald Duck like this in this kind of a drawing light. And you can see right there it's 1936 down there below. I don't know how much this book's going to be worth. I'm thinking 30 to 40 bucks. I haven't really done anything research wise on it, but very cool still. Over here, I'll show you some of these I got stashed away in here. So this is Coast and Geodetic Survey Instrument for Approach Procedure Charts. This is very old, 1950s. Some charts about how to approach certain airfields in each different state. So there's Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Michigan. So we go to airfield in Indiana, show you how to approach the Marion airfield and what altitude and speed you need to have it on. That's pretty cool. We have a whole set of these in here. Certified Flight Instructor Oral Exam Guide, Private Exam Guide, Instrument Oral Exam Guide. You get the gist. There's a bunch of them in there. The Recreational Pilot Practice Test Standards. There's some more of those guides right here. I thought this is pretty neat. This is not anything flight related, but it's the Adult Physical Fitness back in 1951. Pretty cool. This is the U.S. Piper Tomahawk Information Manual for certain aircraft, which is the Tomahawk. So, see here, there's the Tomahawk right there. So information manual, which probably is pretty rare. I don't really know if it's rare or not, but it looked rare to me. There is an instrument and commercial pilot manual right there, and this goes with some of these manuals I'll pull out here in a second. They go hand in hand. So there is the FAA VFR examograms complete set, including all current issues. That's a test manual or something like that. There is the same one right there. Here is the United States Standard for Terminal Instrument Procedures. The Air Almanac from 1974, and the Nautical Almanac from 1974. flight instructor, basic flight and ATC procedures, airport directory part 2, and the practical air navigation guide from the U.S. Department of Commerce. So this is called Yankee Wings. It's a whole series of magazine of the Yankee Air Force. There's a bunch of them in here. Volume 16, number 1. Donald Douglas DC-3, which is that manual we had. Jeffrey D. Havenland? I don't know. But these are really cool old. Well, they're 1995, so not that super old. There's a bunch of them right here, which I think are super neat. So the Flight Instructor's Handbook, Aviation Instructions Handbook, Flight Training Handbook, and a reference manual for cross-country flight. Super old. Over water, how to inspect and buy an airplane. And you get the gist of what is all in here. I mean, there's so many of these little written test guide, flight instructor. I think I should show these to you already. Instrument flight instructions, rotorcraft helicopter written test guide. It just goes on and on down through here. There's so many of them. It's just so cool. Here's another one. U.S. Air Force instrument flying. That should be, yeah, I should put this over here with my air navigation ones from the U.S. Air Force. The pilot's Handbook of Aeronautical Knowledge. And there's actually a air map in there too. So there's also an extensive collection of newspapers he kept. This one is dated 1974, Nixon to quit. President Nixon resigned in 1974, right there. 1958, first views of U.S. moon due tonight. These ones are not as cool. 1958, U.S. Air Force rocket streaking on way toward possible orbit of the moon. 1958, U.S. moon is circling on Earth. A lot of these are astronaut related, NASA related. But then we can get to the first, keep getting to these ones down here. Russia to send first man into space. President Kennedy's body returned to White House in 1963. In 1963, President Kennedy shot and dies, November 23rd. Motorcade ambushed by sniper in Dallas, President shot in the head. That's so cool. It's the Chicago Tribune. Assassin murders President Kennedy. Yeah, that's pretty much the same line, along the lines of the other one. Glenn orbits Earth 3 times, picked up A-OK from Atlantic. Satellite rocket explodes, blame failure of part. Let's get down. Here's Russia launches first satellites. Peace word awaited as Tokyo says yes in August 14th, 1945. 1944, June 6th, Allies extended drive over entire Norman Peninsula. 1945, world awaits peace news, China says some Japs quit. 1945, FDR rights held in White House. And August 15th, 1945, peace, a time for us to be humble at the beginning of our test. This is really cool. Gas rationing is over right now. Huh. And here's a really cool one from Minneapolis Time, 1945. Japan surrenders, acceptance on way, Tokyo radio reports. In 1945 again, Big Three proclaim victory, only half won, President Truman. Alright, so here is December 8th, 1941. War declared after we got hit by the Japanese. Churchill puts Britain in conflict. Here's some more space ones as well as we get down through here. 1966. Alright, this is 1945, August 7th. Most destructive force in world's history hurled at Japan to hasten end of conflict. So this is the atomic bomb for the Dallas Morning News. That's nuts. Whew. 1969, 2 U.S. men walk on the moon. Here's another one. This is Collier's 1951 preview of the war we did not want from the Korean War. There's a lot of cool little ads in here in this old newspaper from 1951. Such a 50s vibe to this thing. This one I think is a repro production one because it has a price tag up there, $5.95, and you can see the date is 1964. But it's U.S. declares war with Germany in April 6, 1917. So this is like a reproduction one. Still pretty cool. This is an original 1969 Men Walk on the Moon. It's actually in the plastic. You got little notes in here. This might not be an original, but who knows. All right, guys, so I'm pretty much gonna wrap this up right here. You guys saw what I kept for the book wise and the stuff I'm working on, and just the amount of books that I have. I mean, I don't know if I just did this little walkthrough right here. I mean, look at all these books on this side of the table, all these books, and then all these books right here. I mean, there's so many to go through and just kind of, you know, decide what I'm gonna do with them. There's a lot more cool books out there I haven't found and actually put into my stash of what I want to put on eBay yet. But I think that's a good start. It's gonna keep me busy for a while, which is what I like. And there's a lot of money to be made from this unit and just a lot of history of, you know, to learn, I think. And this is a reason why I don't buy pallets. You guys are always asking why I don't buy pallets from like Amazon, because you're not gonna find this in the pallet. You know, you're not gonna find really cool history and just old ancient stuff that you'd never find anywhere else. You're gonna find it either at a sale or a storage unit or an estate auction. This is why I don't buy pallets. That's just the reason why I do this, is because I like to find the cool history stuff and just the weird and rare. And you guys probably don't know how much I keep for myself. I do keep a lot for myself. Anyways, I don't know the total value of all this stuff is, but I'm still going through and finding some stuff for the family. I told him I would keep some of the personal things for him. This is kind of like one of the things I'm talking about. This is a 5-year diary of him, and he wrote every single day in this diary from 1943 up until 1944. And it's every single day of his life for 2 years straight, and he wrote every single day. So that's something I will return back to the family. And I actually found his last will and testament in a manila envelope in here, which I'll be returning back to them as well. I mean, he's still alive, so they probably want his actual will. Not to mention, I did find his savings account book right here. And in 1969, this guy was a millionaire. He had a lot of money back in the day. He did own his own airfield, so that makes sense. But wow, he had over $1.5 million back in 1969, which is a lot of money back in 1969. So I have no idea how he got all that money, but hey, that's pretty cool. So pretty interesting facts about what I learned about this guy, and it's really neat. This is a unit that you really wouldn't buy one of these units. I don't think you could buy one of these units unless he actually died and nobody took care of the storage units on file for him. But this is one of the units that they'll take out, and they probably won't go to auction, if that makes any sense. These are the units that come to me in a special different way, which is awesome. And I don't want to ramble on too long, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. I know I probably have a couple $1,000s in books, more than likely, and some of these news articles, and I definitely in that giant thing that's an entire flight school right there of books and records and film on how to be a pilot. That's insane. You don't find that anywhere. unless you're buying storage units, unless you're buying stuff in bulk like I do. You're not going to find that on an Amazon Pilot anyways. If you guys want anything out of this, let me know down in the comments. I'll try to put something on eBay for you. Just know it may not be there before, you know, in time for Christmas, unfortunately. So, all right guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.